Labor unrest was growing during the Gilded Age. The economy was growing in the 1880s after a rough spell in the 1870s. Factories were booming, but the workers were not benefiting at all. Pay was terrible, and worker safety was often ignored with no consequence. From 1881 to 1900, there were 35,000, that's right, 35,000 workers that died at work sites. Immigrants were coming to factories, and since they were willing to work at cheaper rates, resentment grew from American workers, and they wanted better protection of their jobs. The Knights of Labor started to emerge during the hard times of the 1870s. The Knights looked to bring workers of all backgrounds to stand together and fight big business. They found success in 1881 when they boycotted a Chicago streetcar company that refused to raise the wages of their workers. However, these victories were short-lived as the robber barons and rich and powerful owners of factories brought in various forms of strikebreakers to battle the disgruntled workers. Soldiers were often brought in by government officials to break strikes with force. Any company that belonged with the union, the big company did work with non-union businesses. Companies would hire scabs to move past striking workers to go to work in their factories. These became violent confrontations. Two strikes became notoriously violent. The Homestead Strike of 1892 occurred when union workers from the Amalgamated Association of Iron and Steel Workers, the AA, were locked out of the Homestead Steel Mill. Gunfire broke out when scabs tried to move past the strikers, and many were killed. The governor of Pennsylvania broke the strike with state militiamen, and the plant was reopened, clearly siding with the plant. The Pullman strike was also violent as workers protested their wages being lowered with their rents not being reduced. Frustration boiled over and the strike was broken in force. President Cleveland ordered federal troops to break the strike and sided with big business once again. Although the labor movement suffered huge defeats, they were not down and out. They rose again, and soon their efforts would pay off.